YouTube, once again I've sneaked behind enemy lines. I'm playing against a Vlad top, and I'm about to demonstrate that Vladimir is not necessarily a hard counter to Singed when you know how to play against one. So time is 1 minute and 30 seconds into the game. I've just face checked this brush to make sure nobody's hiding there. And I'm moving down to pick up the minions as they spawn from the enemy base, which they have. Now, pay attention as I make sure to aggro every single one of them. That means that every one of them is damaged. If I don't quite catch one with my poison, I'll auto-attack it. I tap my poison on and off. I have one charge on my crystalline flask running. I'm zigzagging around, just trying to keep them following me without staying in melee range of them. You take a lot of damage if you stay in melee range of the creeps. I'm managed to maintain my health and mana for the next wave, which I drag up a little further. This wave, the second wave, I usually tap poison on and off, drag it up here and pick it up behind their second tower. The reason I don't do that with the first wave is because I don't want to be in this position before minions have reached the tower, because the enemy top laner will 100% of the time come and harass you, and you don't really want that when you're setting up your proxy. The object against Vladimir should be to proxy as much as possible. You shouldn't really be trying to go for the kill on Vladimir, as it's too easy for him to escape, it's too easy for him to avoid your flings. He pokes you down really hard early game. You don't really want to go anywhere near Vladimir before you have your ultimate. And as you can see here, I let that minion wave go because I know that Jarvan is very close by, and drop a ward and move in to pick it up from lane. Now the key to beating Vladimir is to keep the lane pushing. If the lane's pushing, he's going to be more likely to queue the creeps instead of queuing you. I've seen a lot of Singed guides before, or Singed demonstration videos, where they show the Singed player playing against the Vladimir and hiding in the brushes and coming out to last hit only. I don't really like that strategy. I don't very much, because what happens is the Vladimir gains control of the lane, he'll get a CS advantage and just slowly grind you out. No, you've got to proxy. Don't play like a pussy against Vlad. Don't be afraid, just push, keep the pressure on him, keep going back all the time. Eventually you'll gain control of the lane, and I'll show you how. I'm a little bit paranoid about Jarvan at this point, but I don't ward for... Or did I ward there? I didn't even see, I wasn't looking for whatever reason. I am a little bit conscious of Jarvan, but Vlad is not a particularly strong lane to gank into as a friendly top laner. If you're a jungler and you have Vlad top lane, your kill potential is not very good, as he has no CC apart from his W. However, Vlad is one of those champions who is nearly unbeatable in a poke war. If Vlad can maintain his range as he is now and just keep darting around me, keeping his distance, harassing me down, he will win, sure. I expect him to. I would say it's almost impossible to beat Vlad without my ultimate or ignite, which is why I don't even try. So yeah, I think I'll cancel my recall here. I've got some of those, I've got some biscuits, because I changed my masteries recently and I really like these new utility masteries. I used to be 921, but I've actually gone 21.9 now, and you can check my masteries on my LOL King. Just type in Metal Gear Singed or whatever it is. Yeah, biscuits are really good Singed early game. They really help you lane against champions like Vladimir, who can stay in lane forever. So at the moment I'm losing my lane. My CS in this game is awful. You'll see I miss many CS for no reason. I actually got those ones, but you'll see some awful occurrences of me missing the siege minions, or not the siege minions, the cannon minions, whatever they're called, later on. So I don't really want the lane pushing into my tower. I want to keep Vladimir using spells and creeps as much as possible, so that's why I'm pushing. I back here because I'm out of sustain and the waves push back to Vlad, so that gives me a little bit of time to back, pick up some items and come back to lane without losing too much CS into the tower. So at this point I believe I am losing to Vlad on CS, mostly because he's Vlad and I'm Singed, and also because I've been CSing rather poorly this game. I was very tired and wasn't playing very well, but still well enough to outplay the Vlad, as you'll see in a bit. So yeah, Vladimir, if you're playing Singed, playing against Vladimir is a real ball ache early on. If you don't have your ultimate, he can just shit all over you and do what he wants. Now I have my ultimate, I can do this, and usually, I mean, when I'm proxying, occasionally I will dance in and out of the enemy tower to punch the tower down and take it down as soon as possible, but against Vladimir it's not a very good idea because he can just very quickly chunk me and do a lot of damage. So I decided the best strategy to use against him is to just simply proxy a safe distance away.
It's nearly time.
I see an opportunity and I want to join the party, so I pop teleport. I pray that she doesn't have a shield, which she doesn't. She's dead me. So I think Morgana probably would have got away if I didn't teleport, so I think it was worth. So that's what I recommend you do against Vladimir. You proxy, proxy, proxy. You keep away from Vladimir. You don't go near him. You don't want to take the harass. Singed doesn't have any scaling MR. All your MR is 30 unless you buy items. Magic damage hurts if you're Singed. You want to proxy. You want to wait with your teleport, and you want to make plays when you see an opportunity pop up. Don't worry about actually fighting Vladimir. So this is an annoying situation I've got myself into now, where Vladimir has got me pinned to my tower. Look at the damage he's doing to me. My ultimate is on cooldown. Normally I'd need my ultimate at this point so I could shove the wave and actually establish a proxy, but Vladimir has the advantage here. I need to wait until I've got my ultimate. It's a bad situation to be in as Singed. Oh man, that was bad. That's CS. I pop ult as soon as it's ready, just to try and do something. I don't really expect to kill Vlad, but I'm just going to run for his tower. I've got extra armor for my ultimate. I just want to establish a proxy. I'll do anything to proxy against Vladimir. So yes, I see J4 coming, can probably flash EQ me. I believe he doesn't get a hit on me at all here, so I execute, I take a splash. Nice. Worth. Worth. Fortunately, my ult's coming back off cooldown, so I'll be able to force another proxy. Against many ranged top laners as Singed, you need your ultimate so you can push the creep waves down quickly and get behind the tower to proxy them. It's on a short cooldown, don't be afraid to pop it when you need it. There we go. I'm just popping ult to push the wave. Not even attempting to kill Vladimir. Just want to pressure him. At this point I was considering roaming mid to gank Xerath, but I don't know where Jarvan is, so I decided against that. I decided to continue proxying instead. My teleport's up, so I'm constantly looking for opportunities to make plays, but I don't see any, so I just consider proxying. I now notice Jarvan's bot. As soon as I see this, I take a walk into the Nexus. Now I'm recalling. I'm not intending to recall, I'm just doing it in case somebody appears, or to put people off going for me, because here I want to farm 2 lanes at once. Now this is how you out farm a Vlad. And as you can see, Xerath is going to get pushed back to his tower again, so it stops him pushing our mid. It's a really good play, and I think I just execute here just to be on the safe side. Got all of those, nice. Now I see that Vladimir has overextended a lot. I've got my ultimate up, I've got a blasting wand. I've just bought a blasting wand, so I've got an item advantage over him. My ghost is up. Vladimir's caught between a rock and a hard place. He flashes. Does he really think a flash is going to save him? I wouldn't have flashed that if I was Vlad. I would have accepted the fact that I'd made a mistake and died, and kept my flash. So that's how you beat Vladimir. You wait for an opportunity. You wait till you've got an item advantage. You wait till it's so overextended that his pool is not going to save him. You pop everything. You go all in on him. Vladimir cannot take a melee champion tossing him about and beating on him constantly. Vlad is not a duelist. He's a poker. He's a poke champion. When he's not poking, he's losing. So I decided to troll Vlad a little bit. He's losing minions as he's poking me. His pokes are doing noticeably less damage now. I've got some HP. And the catalyst is really nice. It allows me to proxy a lot more, as I can keep healing from leveling. I do have to let him go eventually because he's going to just do too much damage to me. But he lost probably a whole wave there. Maybe I should have just taken his tower. I was too tempted to just delete the minions instead. Okay, yeah, I don't know why I'm back here. I think I was considering teleporting at that point. Maybe I should have teleported. Maybe I should have kept proxying. I think I wanted to get my Rod of Ages building up as soon as possible. I possibly should have teleported there. I think that would have been a better play, as I just let bot lane get stomped. But I see Jax and Katarina coming down to clean up. I consider teleporting, but then I think that Jax and Katarina are capable of cleaning up without my help at all. So I decided to save my teleport. I think I I could have done something better than just recall and do nothing though. I think I should have probably teleported when bottom get engaged. I noticed Jarvan's coming to gank, so whatever, I just run for the tower. It barely does any damage to be my ult running. Keep Proxy. They can have the tower, I can't stop them. It's really frustrating as a top lane when the enemy jungler just comes into the lane and forces the tower down. You can't do anything about it. Okay, so the first time you Nexus farm as Singed in a game, it takes the enemy by surprise. You get stuff in chat like lol, Singed, XD, Singed, report, Singed, job. The second time you do it, it's a different story. They expect it, and I got collapsed on by their entire team. Oops. I wasn't quite prepared for that, but yeah. The second time you Nexus farm is the most dangerous time. They're aware of it. Be careful. Especially when you don't have cooldowns.
It's nearly time.
Yeah, so like Vladimir only really counters Singed levels 1 to 6. As soon as Singed gets his ultimate, I'm not saying you're going to beat Vlad, but you're certainly going to be able to deal with Vlad. It's just a game of patience against Vladimir. It's not really a hard counter. It's just I'd say he's nightmare difficulty between levels 1 to 6. Pretty much impossible to beat, but after that you're fine. Just get through it. Just be patient and get through the first levels. Yeah, so I Nexus farm here because I noticed his team's busy. I pop out and I just run for it. Not really afraid of Vlad, he has no CC, he doesn't have any burst, he can't kill me. He can only poke me a little bit.
Really tired.
Ally has been slain. Killing spree.
Yeah, so I teleport probably a little bit far away from the action here.
Rampage.
But yeah, Xerath and Morgana are going to kite me for 400 years. I don't know if I managed to get a fling off on any of them. Probably a bit foolish to try and tower dive and they've got too much CC. The whole goon squad shows up. I think I die here. No, I juke all of their skill shots. Xerath blows his load on me. Yeah, I'm dead. Damn. That's what happens when you have no magic resist against 3 AB champions as Singed. big fan of having Katarinas on my team. It's like the Katarina's one of those champions that are Akali and Kha'Zix. Like, even though Katarina loses lane, there'll be one point in the game where Katarina gets incredibly fed and just destroys everything. I just like that champion. Maybe I'll learn how to play Proxy Katarina. No, probably not viable.
To shake or not to shake? On my way. It's nearly time.
I probably shouldn't have wasted time on Vladimir then. I probably should have turned around and gone straight for their team. It's not... I can't really 1v1 Vladimir. I goes here expecting to be able to do something, but no. I don't think I used my time very efficiently. I could have changed... I would have changed what I did then. I would have gone straight for the rest of the team and joined Jax and Leona at that point.
On my way. Nearly time. To shake or not to shake?
Why does he ghost? Oh, that's why he ghosted. He saw stuff. Damn that troll pool.
An ally has been slain.
To shake or not to shake?
I'm not really sure what I should be doing here because I don't really know what's going on, and I know that they have a shitload of ranged CC champions, so all I am doing is trying to stay present whilst pushing, while waiting to decide what to do because it's not obvious at the moment. Oh, the terror of Singe running after you at full speed with his team behind him. Ah man, I love Singed in team fights. You just run around in circles, poisoning everything, your job's done. Yeah. They got run down. I don't know what Vlad's doing. He doesn't really have the burst damage to clean up. Nice fight.
It's nearly time.
So we could have taken that that second tower, but honestly, Baron is so much better. How many towers? I mean, we could easily get the second tower after we Baron anyway with our buff. There's no need to rush it down. Baron is definitely the superior choice at this point. It's really annoying in solo queue when you get in situations like that where you've won a team fight, half your team goes and does one thing, half does the other. That is annoying, but thankfully we did group and take Baron, so it's pretty much GG at this point. Vlad has really failed to use his counter pick to an advantage here.
It's nearly time.
As soon as you get snared by a Morgana Q or stunned by anything, hit laugh instantly. Always hit laugh. I have laugh bound to the key that's to the left of 1 on a QWERTY keyboard. I think the key is called tilde, although I may be wrong. It's one of those keys that's never really used apart from to open up the console in games like Quake and Half-Life. It's just one of those useless keys that's really easy to hit, so it's my laugh button. I suggest you do the same if you're playing Singed.
It's nearly time.
GG, well played.